What's good, guys? So today I'm here again. So talk about the chart. Today is our review day. Today is my first video, and I'm so excited. And moreover, today I want to this weekend, and I want to go through all my trades, the winning and the losses, and get to know why I took the loss and the reasons behind them. Because as a trader, we got to make sure we always go through our past trades, not to repeat mistakes over and over again. Because every mistake or every losses is a lesson to me. I don't take them as anything more than a lessons, because at the end of everything I'll always go back and check the chart, know whether my entry was a mistake or my stop loss or I was over greedy, stuff like that. So I'll go to the chart and we'll see how it goes and what went wrong. The winning trade will also go through it and see what we did, so that we can also be replicating it as the day go by. So sit back and watch, and please, if you like this content, like, subscribe and share. Let's get to the chat. This was on Monday. This on my trading view, because I trade on the XAUUSD, and as it is now, this was my trade on Monday, and it's only me when I like to place my trade. So this was my first trade, and now what was it for this trade? If I zoom in to this trade, I'll clearly see that first of all we are coming from an uptrend. You get me? So price created this low here, so I marked that area, and that was a low during London session opening. So when price broke it out aggressively, I marked it out. So I waited for price to go back to that zone, and I wanted to see the reaction of price at that zone, because since that zone was a level, I waited for price to go back, and price came back to retest that zone, and based on the after price tapped on that zone and gave me a reversal pattern, I enter my position, which as you can see from that there, and I kept my stop loss above that level, and I targeted this low here. So on Tuesday I came during New York session as usual, and I was able to spot this level here. Yes, because when I came in during this where New York session open, so I saw this low here. Let me change the color so I can be visible. I spot that low there, and I was like, okay, there was a W pattern here where price broke this high, came back to retest it. I marked out this area too, because it's like gold was ranging. You get? So I marked out this support, and I marked out this resistance. I said, okay, as at that time gold was approaching this support here, so I marked it and say if I should see a reversal pattern on this place, I will enter for a buy and leave at exactly at this resistance. So when price came back to that zone, it broke his zone, but it came back. I had to enter on a candlestick on that confirmation, and I targeted that high there. So that one gave me a 1:2, because that was where I thought and I could see as price was going to reverse. So when price got there, I went out, there was a huge reversal. I was still skeptical. Then I saw this high here. So price broke this mini resistance, went to tap on this major resistance, came back inside aggressively, and I was now saying, okay, if price should reverse and tap on this previous high, because when price broke it, it didn't retest it, it just broke it and went straight to the main resistance, and now price came back in aggressively, and if price should come back up to give us a possible head and shoulder pattern, I'll be going for a sell. That was the same day. So around exactly 15:30, which is 3:30 p.m. the afternoon, I saw price came back, retested on it, and gave me a reversal pattern. So I entered on this position here for a sell down to that support zone, which is this one. So that one gave me a 1:2 points, because it was a 30 pips risk, and it gave me a 40 pips, and it gave me the 1:2.5. was a good risk. Yeah, it was a good one. So that was that for that day. Then I went on to the next day. I was able to see this level here. As at New York session opened, New York session opened exactly at this level here. Exactly at this level here. So now there was something significant, and this was it. Changing to line chart, because line chart keeps the level very clear. So when price reversed from this support I left yesterday, it came to break this high, this resistance, and retest above it. Came, retested, broke this high, and the thing is, I marked out this area here. I was like, okay, let me see the reaction of price at this level, because this was a resistance. Again, price reacted below it before breaking it. So when price broke it, I saw that there was a reaction. Then I took my stuff and I used this trend line indicator. I marked this high here. And I stretched it to my present chart, and I saw that price was at that level. Then I also took this same thing and did it the same, replicated the same thing here. That's where I was wanting to exit, you get me? Though there was a stronger resistance, but I was just skeptical because there was price action giving me a zone here where price should resist from. So that's why I kept my resistance. So I entered when price gave me a W pattern here. When he gave this first look, I waited for price to come back to tapping. That's why I drew that box there. So when price came and tapped, gave me that bullish momentum confirmation, then I entered and I exited exactly at that point where I marked out my area, which gave me a 1:2 because I was risking 30 pips. On the same day, the same thing that happened the previous day happened again. That's forex for you. The same function that happened here is the same thing that happened here. There was no difference. The same buy. That's why when you are in the consolidation market, the consolidating market, what you just have to do is buy off a resistance. Buy off a support, sell off a resistance. The same thing happened the following day. Exactly. So when price tapped on that resistance and reversed of where I got out, there was a mini resistance here where price broke and didn't retest. The same thing about here. So I marked out that level. I marked it out. I said, okay, let me see what price we got out. So when price came back in, price went back to tap on it, and when price tapped on it, I saw this very confirmation reversal pattern. I entered again on the same day. A sell, a 20 pip stop loss, and a 70 pip take profit, which was the 1:3 to reward. It was a good trade because it was a quick one. Get me? The same pattern, the same exact pattern, no difference. The same 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 pattern, no difference. You get the vibe. So I entered on it and the same pattern, no difference. Yes, we just have to replicate the same thing over and over again. So on Thursday, which was CPI day, New York session, and that was we were expecting CPI news that afternoon. So I go see that after gold tapped on this support here, it came and broke our recent resistance. We tested it the first time, even gave us a double bottom during the London session. But this is not its time to move. It waited for New York session to open. So price had to still come back to that resistance, to that support zone again, to tap on it before the buy. Though I don't trade news, but it was my setup. Get me? I don't trade news, but that was my setup. So I just analyzed it and left it. Now, since I don't trade news, I had to do for another opportunity, and this was the opportunity. Going down to my line chart, I was able to see that price gave us a low. I marked it out. Then first of all, my bracket violated it. Though I already had in mind that we are in an uptrend, So when price violated it and came back in, I was like, okay, it's like this zone is going to hold me. And now since price violated it and also came back in, and I waited for a retest above it, a retest above. Now let me go back to my line chart, my candlestick chart. Now what happened? Price violated it, that's support, that mini support, came back in and gave us a retest. Immediately I saw this retest and the bullish confirmation, I entered. I gave myself a 40 pip stop loss and a potential 150 pips take profit. The market was giving me an M pattern. So immediately I saw that M pattern, I exited my buy position, which gave me a 1:3 points something. So now, I was able to bound that profit on Thursday after CPI. Now coming to Friday, which was the last trading day for the week, I also came and I was able to see something sweet on gold approaching New Year session. So now this is when New Year session opened and there was PPI. This current candle is where market opened. So now I was able to spot this level here, that gray box there. Then I marked it and I said, okay, let me see price action at that level. And I had in mind that there's news coming up, so I was like, okay, let me see what will happen at that level, because that level already gave me a buy pattern. But since there was a high impact news, I had to wait and see the reaction of price. And this always makes me not to trade it because its news is always unpredictable. So now when price broke that zone, violated that zone, as normal, every new share will think that is going to sell. But no, as a professional trader and as an aspiring trader, not the professional trader, but at least I know what I have with over time, with what I've backtested, I know that the market might always be manipulative. So what I did is that I waited for the price reaction. Now since I had an aggressive sell, price came back inside that zone. Now what I was not expecting was a pullback, short and simple. I screenshotted before the analysis, because since price came back in, the only thing I was waiting for was a pullback to this support. Because when price broke here and closed above here, I was okay, what I should be expecting now is just a pullback, which just happened. Now immediately that pullback was done around 14:30, then the candle closed around 14:45. I entered on the long position. I get my stop loss below that candle that did the retest, which was a 40 pips stop loss, and I targeted this high here as my potential take profit, and it gave me a 1:3.5 weeks to reward. So overall, this week was a very sweet one because I made a lot of profits, which was 1, 2, 3. On Tuesday I took one trade, on Monday I took one trade, on Tuesday I took 2 trades, that's 3 wins, on Wednesday I took 2 trades, that's 4 wins, 5 wins. I didn't take this one, which was during evening on Wednesday. I didn't trade CPI, I just analyzed it, and I traded after CPI, which made it 6 wins, and I traded the last one but not the least on Friday, which made it 7 wins in a row for the week. It was a good week and my P&L was really awesome. So there's really no loss, but though it wasn't easy, but I stick to my rules. Yeah, so my strategy is during a trend move, I just wait for a break of a level and you test on it, then I follow the trend. During consolidation, I just wait for price to get to a certain support and give me confirmation, because it's price that will tell you if a certain zone is valid or not. Our work is just to mark it out and wait for price to tell us whether we should enter or we should wait. So it is what it is for the good trade. So we'll go again next week, and that's what it is. Please guys, that was it for the week. It was awesome. Okay, for the week from Monday to Friday, and it is what it is. It ended up I didn't have any loss. It was all win-win and it wasn't easy, I would say, but it is what it is. Go again and again and again. So see you next time, next week, as we analyze more and more and clear the market.